There was a time in my life when I felt totally against the wall. I could not find a stable job. I was raising two children alone, and I didn't have the luxury to fail. Today, I am retired and traveling the world. This is the story of how that happened. I was born and raised in Togo, a small country in West Africa. Growing up, life was simple. We didn't have luxury, but we had values, faith, discipline, respect, responsibility. At the time, I didn't know how much those values would carry me later in life because life would test me. And there will be a period when I will feel completely against the wall. Today, I am retired and traveling the world. But this story didn't begin with travel. It began with pressure.
At 43 years old, I made a major decision. I left Togo and moved to the United States. I was not young. I was not starting from zero. I was starting from uncertainty. I wanted opportunity. I wanted growth. I wanted to build something bigger for my future. America offered possibility, but it also demanded resilience. I retrained as an accountant. I studied again. I adapted to a new system, but finding a stable, permanent job was much harder than I expected. There was a period when I could not secure permanent employment, contracts, temporary work, short-term roles. At the same time, my second marriage ended in divorce, and I was raising my two children as a single father. That combination changes a man. Bills don't wait, children depend on you, and you don't have the luxury to collapse. I remember lying awake some nights calculating expenses in my head: rent, insurance, food, school needs. I realized something important during that time. I didn't have room to make financial mistakes. I felt against the wall. And when you're against the wall, you have two choices: panic or think differently. I chose to think differently. I understood something clearly. The system was not going to carry me. If I wanted stability, I had to build it. If I wanted freedom, I had to prepare for it years in advance. So, I focused on discipline. I lived below my means. I avoided lifestyle inflation. I saved consistently, even when it felt small. Not flashy decisions, quiet ones. It didn't feel exciting. It felt responsible. But responsibility is what builds options. And slowly, without me fully realizing it, I was buying my future. Faith kept me steady. Positivity kept me from becoming bitter. And discipline kept me moving forward. As I approached my 60s, I began to look honestly at my situation. Could I retire comfortably in the United States? The answer was difficult. If I stayed, retirement would likely mean stress. So I asked myself a question that changed everything. Is there another way? That's when I discovered the concept of retiring abroad. Countries where the cost of living is lower, but quality of life is high. That idea opened my mind. I realized maybe freedom wasn't about earning more. Maybe it was about positioning differently. Thinking outside the box became not just an idea, it became a strategy. At 65, I made the boldest decision of my life. I sold almost everything. I downsized and wanted to live as minimalist. I packed my life into one backpack and one handbag. In May 2024, I officially retired, not into a rocking chair, but into uncertainty again. But this time, it was chosen uncertainty. There's a big difference. Booking that first trip felt surreal, not because I was escaping something, but because I had earned the ability to choose. Since retiring, I've traveled across 27 countries: Central America, South America, Europe, Turkey, now in Southeast Asia. Each place has taught me something. I learned that happiness does not require luxury. I learned that people everywhere are more alike than different. I learned that freedom feels different when you fought for it. Travel for me is not tourism, it's proof. Proof that long-term discipline works. Proof that difficult seasons do not define your ending. If I could speak to my younger self, I would say this: trust yourself more, worry less, stay positive. If you don't like something in your life, change it if you can. And if you can't, change your attitude. Don't wait so long to live the life you imagine. Take care of your health, don't waste your time, and start living your dreams earlier. From a boy in Togo to a working immigrant in America, to being against the wall, to traveling the world in retirement. This journey didn't happen by accident, it happened by decision. And if my story opened someone's eyes, then every struggle was worth it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, I'd be honored if you subscribed and joined me as I continue sharing my retirement journey around the world.